Hello again, my name is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com. I'm going to continue on my carving on expressive carvings. And I'm going to do this kind of a scary face, screaming face here on a round, well, it's going to be a pumpkin actually. I mean, that would fit on a pumpkin. And what I do is I start with basically a square piece of wood. A block of wood. Originally this was a block, but I rounded off. I went ahead and round this off. I didn't think you just want to watch me just chomping away at carving the corners off and kind of rounding this out there. I think it's going to go, yeah, it's going to go this way. Pardon me, I had it upside down because I want a kind of more of a semi-teardrop, but I'll probably shape that a little more as we get towards the end. But I left a corner. This is where the nose and everything's going to be. I'm going to try to make it a larger nose than I do with this guy here. This is like one of my first attempts on this. And it's going to be a little larger too. So let's get cracking. Make sure I get everything here. Pencil, we want our pencil. Knives and everything, but let's start penciling things out here. I want to make sure I get the right side. Like I said, I like this to be the more bottom heavy and then go a little lighter on the top. Now the nose, I'm going to figure out the eyes are going to have to, because the mouth is going to be much wider than just simply having a closed mouth, so therefore it's going to have to lift up a bit. Usually we would have the eye dead center if he was just grinning or something, but I'm going to go up a little higher because I need a little more room for the mouth. Let's go even higher than that. I would say about 60-40, or let's go 35-65%. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. Probably can be on the safe side, go 60-40. And then down I'm going to have the nose. I'm going to remember we need a lot of room for the mouth. And I'll probably have a little more nose here. We can always trim the nose to make room for the mouth. So this is going to be kind of, it's not really a pattern. I mean, there's no cutout for it. We're just going to we're going to figure out where the nose, the eyes, and where the mouth is going to be and go from there. The key thing, I think, of course, is the mouth. In my opinion, I mean, a nose is a nose. The eyes, we can kind of make, you get that kind of like the sad eyes instead of the mean eyes. Or we can do the same thing. You can have a mean eyes like he's hollering at somebody, but this is going to be kind of the scary eye here. He's scared. But the mouth is the most important part, I think, the most important feature. And we're going to be digging a hole there. So let's get out our knives here, or chisel, whatever you want. Start with at the bottom of the nose. Again, you can see my the rest of my carving videos on scottcarvings.com and also youtube.com/scottcarvings. So we're going to round that off just a piece. Well, so far this feels like a good piece of wood. You know, you just don't know what the wood is going to do until you put the knife in for the first time. So I'm just getting that out of the way. We're just trying to get the nose out. I always like to start with the nose because the nose is the most higher feature, of course, number one. And it just seems that everything goes around that nose. I mean, you just got to have the nose to have the eyes put in. I want to try to achieve about a, I'm going to call it a 30 degrees. Let me see if a chisel will do be a little, like I said, this is still a decent piece of wood. I'm just using my wrist. I'm not sticking it in the wood and pushing until it hits me in the chest, and that kind of would end things quick. Yeah, I think I got most of it out of there, but I'll probably get some more out of there as we go along. Okay. If you've done my videos before or seen my videos before, we'll do the same process with kind of creating like a jack-o'-lantern kind of a look. I want to widen that nose as wide as we can. Am I running? Oh, I'm running out of lead on this guy here. Who's next in line here? What kind of lead you got? Don't you just hate that? Let's widen this a little more, because what's going to happen is that it's going to be, instead of the brow coming down this way, it's going to kind of come up and then basically stay up. And let's go through the process again. Like I said, you cut away from the nose. I'm right-handed, so I got to be careful about making sure that the knife is pointing away from the nose, because the natural tendency is to cut this way. And it's the same thing on the other side for the left-hand people. So I got to cut away. And like I say, you're going to cut out some, just going to make some chips away from the brow towards the eye, deep right there. But you're going to bring it up shallow here. And this cut is a shallow cut, and you're away from the brow towards the eye. Okay. And then we're going to create that chip. Again, you could always use a chisel to accomplish this. I used to use a chisel a long time ago. You take that chip out of there. Now, you don't have to do this all in one big chip. I mean, you can just keep chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping until you get it deeper and deeper to the point where you want it. Like I said, I used to do chisels, but I do use a knife now because I'm taught beginning wood carving, and you only have, when you begin wood carving for the first time, all you have is a knife. You don't want to spend too much money in chisels until you know what you want, if you want to carve. Now there's the eye line right here. I'm going to cut into the eye line like this, and then cut back. Again, you don't have to do this in one chip. I'm used to doing this a million times already. I don't know how many faces I've carved. I remember seeing for myself, and then seeing beginning students. They're just little chip here, little chip there. That's fine, as long as we get to it. We're going to cut along the eye line right there. Same thing on the other side. Deep at the bridge of the nose. Make sure you're carving away from the nose, and then when you bring up, slow down, because you don't want to, as you bring up, and you don't want to slip. And you may not cut yourself, but on the other hand, you may put a nice gouge in there that will ruin the whole carving. Same thing now here in reverse. Since I'm starting here, we're going to go shallow and then deep at the, going to get in there. They're nice and deep at the bridge of the nose. And this is normally kind of regular or shallow or not too deep. We're going to go from here to here, in towards the nose this time, because we're going to form a chip. And that's the thing that I've mentioned before, is if you have the opportunity to take a chip carving class, go ahead and do that, because a lot of carvings, or especially in the beginning, is based on chipping away. Come back this way, same thing. There's the eye line. Now, forgive me if this is going a little too fast, and the reason why is I want to put all this video into, I just don't want this to drag out to a 20-hour video. You can always stop it. That's the best part, is you can always stop. I'm going to clean that out a little bit, because there it didn't go as deep as I wanted to, so I can do it again. Another chip. So it's relatively, I mean, we're not putting the eyeball in just yet. I like to start with this where I know where the nose is and where the eye is going to be, and then I would carve around after that. Here we know where the nose is, we can start in on the face and the mouth. But before we go, I want to get my eye line in, because I think, yeah, this cut is a little higher, so remember, follow the eye line with your pencil and not with the cut. See how I got this cut is a little higher than the eye line. I'll have to fix that. Now there's the eye line here. We're going to do a 2-cut chip here. Is that I want to start right here and head towards the eye line and stop. Probably what is that? 1/4 of an inch in. Come back and do the same thing in reverse and meet right at that eye line. Now the reason for that, look at your profile. So you got that little, whatever you call that, that bridge, I guess. Always keep looking at the profile. Now I'm going to round this a little bit because he's going to be afraid and not angry. Okay, just like that, we're on our way, and I'm going to start in on the face here. Instant clean. Now I want to start in on the cheek. Comes up because since his mouth is wide open, we want this to come up. The same with some of my other grins with a big smile or snoring, my snoring moon, and there we go. We're just going to get that started, and we're going to round that off right away. We're going to go away from the cheek. We're going to carve just a little bit right here in the nose. We'll clean that up. We'll clean up the nose later. That's straight down. We'll clean up the nose later. And we're even going to go deeper here too. We're still at the point here where we're establishing where things are going to be. It's very interesting. I guess they call this the rough out part. That's why I got a rough out knife. It's a bigger knife for this purpose of just getting started and just laying down the foundations of where we're going to go. Again, around the nostril, straight down. Hopefully it's about the same angle or same from here to here to here to there, but we'll adjust it later. I mean, if we were in the detailing stages, then we definitely want to make sure that that's correct. Just carve a little bit out there. Okay, we are on our way. I would like to get the mouth in, focus more on the mouth because the nose we can fix, the eyes we can fix. And the mouth is the thing that needs a little more concentration here. Let me see, where's my pencil? What is he going to do? I'm going to make him, you notice that the scream is kind of cockeyed. The mouth is cockeyed. That's what we want to do because it adds a little more character. And it's up like this. And it's down. It's like it's an upside down smile. It's a frown. So we're going to go almost all the way down here. But then we're going to come up. So we still have a chin. Oh, can we widen it? You know, I think that's going to be wider. Come on, let's widen that guy. Let's really widen it here. We're in the pencil stage here. And of course, when we carve, we still kind of like running out of room here.